going on, everyone? This is Brick with Subi Events, and I am standing here with Dallin from RalliTek. Now, RalliTek is a company that makes a lot of aftermarket parts for people who are interested in taking their Subarus off-road. So, Dallin, I've got a brand new Crosstrek, Forester, Outback, whatever. I want to take it off-road. Where do I start? What do I do?
Yeah, so typically the first place to start is going to be wheels and tires, finding the terrain you're going to be driving, and then seeing what the application of what you're doing. Are you nailing this thing to work every day? If you're taking this off-road and overland strictly, there's kind of different ways you can go about it.
You want to go a smaller wheel so you can then have more sidewall. So
exactly.
And that's going to add to the suspension. That's going to make it so that if you air down the tires, you get more more contact patch. Exactly. And then the other thing about wheels and tires that maybe not a lot of people know is if you get taller wheels, you get more ground clearance, right? So it's not only a traction thing, but it's also a clearance thing.
Yeah.
So speaking of clearances, though, there's other things that you have to do to fit bigger tires, right?
Really, the goal is get enough lift on your vehicle to fit as big of a tire you're comfortable with. And that's really how you get the overall ground clearance at, like the front diffs, the center diffs, stuff like that. That's how you get it all to raise up, because a lot of the time when you go up and lift, you're gonna have problems with alignment, so you have to drop the rear subframe down, which kind of defeats the purpose of the lift. Right. So really you're just there to get a bigger tire on your vehicle. So something like pretty standard would be like a 2-inch kit. It comes with a 1.5-inch subframe drop. You can fit most Subarus around 29 to up to even a 30-inch tire, depending on the vehicle. But yeah, that helps a lot with ground clearance when it's 2-3 inches over the stock tire size.
Right. And all right, so then once we've put bigger tires on it, we've lifted it, we're ready to go off-road. We're going to have rocks and stuff very near the underside and the sides of the car and stuff. We need to go about protecting it in some way, right? So what do we have as far as protection? You
can do front bumper guards, you can do brush guards, stuff like that, but really where the really important bits is you want the pieces that are keeping your car rolling down the road. I mean, you got your oil pan, your transmission pan, you lose those, it can cost you thousands of dollars. You don't know that you got an oil puncture, you lose all your oil. I mean, $1,000, a couple $1,000s in replacing a motor. So
right, and whatever tow bills for like someone to come pick you up in the middle of nowhere, that could be thousands of dollars as well. So protect the oil pan, protect the diffs, the transmission,
engine skid plate, transmission skid plate, and differential. Yeah, drivetrain components, the biggest ones. Yep.
Gotcha. And so also speaking of underside protection, you guys make something pretty cool for the sides of the car, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we actually make a rock slider for these vehicles. Our main goal was about this would be maximizing ground clearance. So it barely curls under the pinch weld. You lose, I mean, it's a 3/16 steel. That's used as the bottom piece, so you lose maybe 3/16 of ground clearance, which is negligible. So that's our biggest goal. We didn't want a lot of people like the tube slider look. We didn't want a big 2-inch tube or 1.5-inch tube running underneath, taking away that ground clearance.
Low profile as possible.
Yeah. Low profile, less hang up. Nice and smooth on the bottom, and then also the great thing about them is they double as a step, so they're completely tied into the pinch weld for your chassis. So I mean, if you can hold your chassis together, it can hold you standing on it. So it's a side step rock slider. We've set the weight of the vehicle down on them, no issues. It's a really good addition if you're getting hardcore, and then if you start doing stuff where you're having like a roof rack or rooftop tent or bins and some storage on top of your roof.
You got a nice step to get up there. And so just for the complete noobs out here, what exactly is a rock slider? What does it do? What's it protecting?
Yeah, so a rock slider is essentially protecting your rocker panel. So that is, the pinch weld is a pretty important piece on the unibody vehicle. They don't have a frame like a truck does. So they're tied together with basically spot welds that go along the chassis. And when those get butchered up, that can cause a lot of problems and headaches with them separating and the welds and stuff like that. So you really could, I mean, insurance companies total out vehicles with butchered pinch welds. So super important to the integrity of the vehicle, and protecting them is important. So when you're like going up on, your front wheel goes up on a rock and it comes down off the backside, it's going to be right there in the rocker panel. and it'll completely flatten that up. And it can even, I've even seen as far as it going and flattening and shoving the rocker panel up into the cabin where you even literally have a dent in your floorboard.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
we don't want that.
Yeah, no, it's not good, and it's really important to protect it. I feel like it's a big portion of the car that gets kind of missed when it comes to outfitting these, especially unibody vehicles. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so wheels and tires, lift,
Yep.
and protection. Those are like the main things that you need to get going. These guys sell stuff for all of that, so make sure you check out RalliTek. Is it rallytek.com?
Yep, rallytek.com.
And Instagram?
Instagram is rallytek_performance.
RalliTek_performance. All right, well, I appreciate you talking to me. Everyone, this is Dallin from RalliTek. We'll see you around. Thank you.